local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, gonna get you hot tub. We're gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub, rubber tub and hot tub, rubber tub and me. Shake in the hot tub. Yeah. Will you make me sweat? Yeah. Shake in the hot tub. Yeah. Will you make me wet? Yeah. Well.
Yeah, good morning, 104.3. ESPN Northwest Florida. The Kentucky Wildcat is in the building.
Good morning, Coach.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I did.
Did you miss me?
We missed you over the week.
Well, I appreciate you calling and asking. You're about the only one.
I wanted to know how
You're about
you
the
were.
only one around here called and wanted to know anything.
You mean you didn't get any calls from a doctor?
Or Andy or
doctor that was
anybody. You know, you find out who really cares. You find out. Chad, how you doing? I'm not really fond of somebody this morning. Hey, Chad.
I don't care.
Well, at least he's honest. That's good. That's good. Man, did you have a good Easter?
I did.
Was your grandchild was here? Was it grandson? Grandbaby?
Well, I didn't. I really didn't get to spend time with my two grandchildren. One of them's a newborn.
Yeah.
And so they've got the,
where they live?
They got their hand. They live here in Panama City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but also my son's in-laws live here too. So we kind of trade off here and there, and we kind of feel out how the schedule is, that kind of thing, and.
I know you got great relationships with the in-laws. They do. I mean, y'all.
Yeah. We get along with everybody. So, but
you call and check on them. Yeah.
Well, I can only be dogged so much on this show.
I told you it bothered him. I knew it bothered him. Unbelievable. Everything good at work? What's the best way to get up with you?
Well, best way to get up with me is call Orthopedic Associates at 850.
I got to ask something. Before they would do what they were going to do to me, we don't want to hear what you guys say. They made me get off my blood thinners, baby aspirins and all that kind of stuff several days before I had to go in and do some things. Do people just kind of sometimes don't think? I mean...
What do you mean?
I don't understand why they would make you do that for a sex change operation. It doesn't make no sense to me whatsoever.
That's awesome. Sense. That's awesome. I love that. That was
I want to compete against females so I can win.
Oh, that's what I knew. I knew it had something to do with sports and something to do with winning.
No, but you want them to get off everybody would want you to be off the blood thinners if you're going to have operation and things like that, right?
Yeah, it gets real complicated. Yeah. When somebody's on blood thinners and you're trying to, take care of something that's bothering a patient or hurting a patient or whatever, and they're on, blood thinners.
Do you get them, like you get ready to do a knee operation, do you get them off everything, all their medications, or do they have to have something they take daily?
That's a complex subject, and we have to get people off blood thinners to do certain procedures, especially if they're elective procedures, that kind of thing. There are sometimes where you really don't have a choice. I mean, let's say somebody's in a car accident and they're on blood thinners. I mean, then you're trying to reverse. Some of the blood thinners are reversible. Some of them are not. There's just a lot of things like that. Yeah.
I was trying to help you get some of your frustration out. This slapper. I mean, it's a man's world.
You don't want to talk about it.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about something else. We got a phone call. We got a phone call?
We do.
Is it who I think it is?
It is.
Here we go. Let's get it rolling. Good morning.
Good morning. Roll basketball, Tide, never football.
Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to Tennessee?
Well, they did the same thing they normally do. Connect broke Ernie Grunfeld's record from 76, where they also lost the BMI, by the way. I remember that one well. I was sitting in a moonshiner's trailer looking at the best color TV set I'd ever seen, and a team full of 6'5" military boys from Virginia whooped us. So what else is new? What's new in your life?
Well, we just wait, man. The Final Four is finally here. Hey, don't you think the TV ratings are going to be a lot better this year compared to last year? Out of the East, you got UConn, you got ACC, NC State, kind of a Cinderella somewhat.
Yeah, they are.
Big Ten, you got a Big Ten team, and you got an SEC. You got the major. You got the two big ones.
Yeah.
The Super League's in there.
And,
Sounds like it's rigged, doesn't it? Anyway.
hey, all I know, y'all.
Always is. Always is.
I sent Glenn Manley an elephant emoji.
Good
when
man.
Alabama
Good.
beat Clemson. I mean, it's the elephant in the room.
That's right.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
When I was a kid, hey, I tell you, my best April Fools was one of the first when I was a kid in West Nashville, not Belle Meade, not West Nashville. I'm talking about near the prison. All right. So my brother tells me there's an elephant out in the backyard. Well, it was all real funny until I shot the neighbor's Great Dane, and whatever. That's not funny. But hey, I got something to tell you. SEC baseball is so good.
Yes.
It's almost like, well, I don't know, Arkansas. I'd like to see them play Kansas City Royals, maybe. I don't know. They're not supposed to be able to beat them, but this basketball is a long way from NBA quality. But there's something about SEC baseball that I just can't place it, but y'all hear that?
Yeah.
It's almost Major League, but it's got something funny in it. Anyway, I wish they had wood and bats. Wood's renewable.
Yeah.
It's a green thing,
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I love y'all. I wish I was down there, but it's going to get up in the 80s here today.
Is it really?
Yeah, really. And
Heat wave, huh?
Aren't y'all supposed to have severe weather Tuesday?
Yeah, tonight, actually.
Oh, okay.
Well, Fayetteville's going to get it. It's not going to get down here to us, we don't think. Our marvelous weather wizards.
Yeah.
But, you can't rely on them. But I got a safe place. But I got to say one thing, though, about politics. I like Senator Britt. She took a hard bunch of garbage from people. And I know it's in a political show, but
no, we never talk this stuff.
she ain't half the.
Oh my God!
She ain't half the beach. Marsha Blackburn is, but she is from Tennessee. But we got to take it. Y'all, I'll have a good one.
All right, Mike.
Roll basketball Tide.
Bye. Appreciate you.
All right.
Sounds like Tennessee pulled to Kentucky is what it sounds like.
Getting back to the medical world, because
Oh, here we go.
Alabama's got a really good basketball player that had a head injury. They show him on the sidelines. He looks well. It has to be a concussion because they said if they make it to the Final Four, he'd be playing, which will be played next Saturday. The first game, I think, is 6:09 on TBS. So it doesn't have to be a concussion for him to be able to come back within a certain period of time. I mean, I don't know. They won't give any. I can't find anything else on it. It's one of their better players.
I haven't seen it.
But wouldn't you think it's a concussion?
Maybe if it's a head injury.
Yeah.
Now, Julie just texted me, says, have James show you what they did to him. Now, what's this about?
No.
I'd be glad to show you. I should.
Oh, did he have surgery recently and had to get off his blood thinners?
Both ends.
That's right. That's right, he did. Yeah. You got scoped, huh?
Yeah, at least somebody cared. At least somebody called to check.
Oh
Thank you, Julie.
I mean, I kept every day I got up.
We got to check.
Pause now for station identification.
Listen, has Chad called? Did Chad call?
Listen.
No.
That is
has Chad called you yet?
That's a routine procedure.
Does he not care?
Like nobody should call you over
paid
that.
It's a routine procedure. He took 2 days off afterward.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, I paid my last bills down there at his
No
office.
wonder he was
too.
talking about getting off blood thinners.
Oh my God, unbelievable! You hurt my heart. You hurt me. You hurt my heart deeply. Anyway, how much
Listen,
time?
that deeply.
I was hurt deeply.
That's where they go.
Oh Lord. Anyway. God.
Oh, don't get on this show and start
Thank you, Chad.
causing
Thank you,
problems.
Chad.
Oh my God!
My own son didn't even call and check on me.
Because it's a routine procedure.
Jamie surprised me. Jamie said, No, this was
He
major.
treated it
This
like it
was
was heart
major.
surgery.
Jamie
This was
called and said, "Did they get it all?"
This was something major. They're not being serious about this. It was anyway.
Well, I'm going to be serious in a minute. I got something. You go
Jamie
ahead.
actually came in and surprised me, and went back like a day later. And Jared, no call, no nothing. I heard he came in and looked at the file. He looked at the wheel. He went through the wheel. That was about it.
John, the question is
Yeah.
how long did it take him to clear all that, out of his GI tract?
You do not want to hear that story.
That's about
because
4 or
he
5
didn't-
days?
He didn't do it right.
Oh, he didn't?
He didn't do it the way the doctor told him how to do
hey,
it. So he didn't
I had
do
a
it
better
right.
rate.
We know he's full of it.
Anyway,
They don't make enough of that stuff to mention.
this is a family show.
It was a family show.
I had some great things to say. I don't know what we're talking about now. I completely lost it. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Dr. Wells, oh my God, what a great guy. They did a great job. I'm telling you, I can't say enough good things about them. One of the best experience I've had, because I've had these before. They did an incredible job. So Dr. Wells and all his crew down there, great job.
Now,
He actually calls and asks how I'm doing.
when they do this,
Afterwards.
do they have the two scopes meet in the middle?
I don't know. I was asleep. I don't know.
He was on a happy la la land.
He had some good sleep check. Can I get some of those? That's liquid for me. Can you
That's
come over and put me in
Michael
bed at night?
Jackson used to call
Yeah.
it mother's milk.
Michael Jack, and look what it did to him. You gotta keep, you gotta look at their heart rate. Hey, is it normal before you have a procedure, like you have a knee operation, something like that, you go in and you look? I know you're doing everything else. The people, the anesthesiologist, put you to sleep. But don't they have to? Do they real concerned about your blood pressure during their procedure?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're
So-
monitoring your blood pressure during
If
the
it's real
procedure.
high, do they? You just say, "No, we're not going to do it right now."
Yes, they can if it's an elective procedure.
How high is too high?
Well,
Depends on what's
it
being
depends.
done.
I mean, let's say you come in with 160 over 90. They can probably give you something to bring it down. If you come in 200, 205, they're going to cancel an elective procedure.
Coach went in 175 over something.
When she put that IV in, it went to 175.
All you got to do is walk in the room with
Yeah.
a needle in your hand, and mine's going to jump 20%.
Yeah.
So Bill Allen sent me a text, and he says, "Tell James that if you ask them to use the same scope on both ends and got a discount."
I'm surprised.
It's cheaper. That's, Bill
surprised
says
you
it's
did
cheaper, and we know how cheap you are. I mean, did you ask them to do that?
I will not discuss this on the radio. But but you're always looking to save money. You always want to save money.
Now, listen, for our listeners out there, I'm proud of him. He went and got this done.
Yeah.
This is a process that we all have to go through. It's something that you have to look after to keep from getting
do you know-
colon cancer.
do you know?
So we're making fun of it. We're having a good time with it, but it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
They went
Yeah.
both.
Yeah. Good.
But
and I hope everything's clear.
now, I guess you're the same way.
Both ears.
You can't even let your wife, family member go back there with you anymore. In the old days, they'd let you go back in there as they get them ready, then you had to leave. Now, I guess since COVID, they don't let anybody go back in the back.
Yeah.
Are you the same way?
It's mainly the facilities.
What if you got a younger
Keep the
kid or
family
something
out
like
of there.
that?
They
Would-
just
would
get
you-
you upset.
Here, I'm going to say it the way it needs to be said.
All right.
It gets very unpredictable when you've got a non-medical person back there.
I got you.
All right, can contaminate the field.
Yeah.
Ask questions during inappropriate times when
Scare somebody
everybody's
to death.
concentrating on something.
Or get sick when they see
Yeah.
blood
Now-
pass out. Now you got another patient laying on the floor.
Am I worried that that somebody's covering something up? No, I'm not. I mean, these are good people that are back there. They're very
Right.
trustworthy. They are looking after people. They are trying to prevent problems that are, that can arise, and they are trying to take good care of you. So, yes, in the old days, they invited a family member. It was the way they had
Used to do it.
consent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd make them watch it. And a lot of people didn't want to watch it,
Right.
and so now people, they want to see it, whatever. I get that. I do. But, if you're not a medical professional,
Yeah.
You really don't need to be back there because you can contaminate something quickly.
Do you operate? Where do you?
Plus,
you go to the hospital to do your operations?
I do them at a hospital and at a surgery center.
Okay. I couldn't remember if you did anything in your office. I didn't think you did.
No, we try to go to more sterile places. You can do things in your office, but you really need a room there, and you have to go through some special certification for that. We've just chosen to just continue to do most of what we do in a surgery center or a hospital.
Which is the robotic surgery at, Doc?
Both. It's at both. It's at the Northwest Florida Surgery Center and at Gulf Coast.
What are you talking about? They used that new robot on me. That was pretty nice.
They went in both ears and didn't find a thing, Doc.
He sent me a box that says robotic. I don't know.
The instruments met in the middle through both ears. It doesn't surprise me.
Oh, my God. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We've got so many of them. Here's one right here, the legendary Dr. Chad Mitchell. This will be his 25th year on Bay County Sidelines. Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates. 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
I don't get mad at me. You might, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Do you actually get to talk to people when they call your office?
Not when they call. No, they're usually going through the scheduler. Because honestly, I don't know my schedule right now until I get there and look at it. So they're trying to find a spot where they can get people plugged in where we've got an opening so they don't have to wait so long.
All right. Also, don't forget about J. Michael's Restaurant, legendary, best seafood, coldest beer, J. Michael's. Go check it out today. Wednesday, world-famous J. Michael's Spaghetti. Speaking of great restaurants, Pat Perno, Beef O'Brady's. You're talking about the city commissioner of Lynn Haven. Yes, I'm talking about him. Yeah, he does run a restaurant. It's unbelievable. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. People, you walk in there. You know, I was thinking about that. When you go to a restaurant, people, not everybody has a good day. But when you go in there, you want to be treated nicely. You want to feel like they respect you. Loyalty. They like you. Yeah, and they do that. They're nice. They got a smile on their face. They're always happy. They're upbeat. I love that. And when they wait on you, they treat you like family. The food's incredible. Great atmosphere. When you go to a restaurant and people are rude to you and stuff like that, you usually don't go back. You'll always go back to Beef O'Brady's because they got great people down there, no doubt about that. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven, every Wednesday, you get 10 wings and a side for $9.99. Cannot beat that. South Oak Title and Closing, Chuck Tucker does an incredible job. Local, taking care of locals throughout Northwest Florida. Do what Mark Cower does, Beth Movey, the big-time realtors. They all use South Oak Title and Closing. Demand Chuck Tucker, South Oak Title and Closing, #1. Just like Stevenson Air Conditioning, we don't care if it's hot. We don't care if it's 80 degrees like it's going to be in Arkansas later today. We don't care. We don't care if it's 100 degrees. We got Stevenson Air Conditioning. We don't worry about the weather. We just call them. We have a problem, who we call them? Stevenson Air Conditioning. Thank you, Chad. Also, let's talk about another great. Do I have time or I got to go?
No, you got to go because I got to keep.
I'll shut up then. Okay, you just told me to shut up. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Shut up, Coach.
Julie sent me another text.
Keyword.
Should we broach it? Julie sent me another text.
That's a pretty picture, wasn't it?
Julie says, my problem with all of this is that James wants to do this every year because he enjoys it so much. What does that mean? We need to have her on the show.
I cannot confirm or deny. No, I do not enjoy that.
I want to go home.
Wow, we're just getting started.
That's what I'm afraid of, Doc. Hey, let me give you the keyword. And here's what you got to do if you want to go to Talladega and go to the, I think it's the Geico 500 auto race. And we're going to give not one, but 2 tickets, and we're going to do that in about a week or so. But here's what you got to do in order to get involved in the program is you got to take this keyword that I'm about to give you and then text the keyword to 215-6290. Listen to the Inside Drive or the Afternoon Underdogs. They're going to call your name. You're going to call as quickly as you possibly can. That will give you a qualifying time. And I'm looking at the sheet. There's some pretty good qualifying qualifying times on there. And what you do is when they say your name, you call, you get a qualifying time, and then whoever has the best qualifying time obviously wins 2 tickets to the race in Talladega. Now, today's keyword that you want to text to 215-6290, the keyword is, and they have it in caps, but I don't think you need to put it in caps, is PCB Hobby. PCB Hobby, one of our sponsors here.
PCB Hobby.
PCB Hobby. Text it to 215-6290. And then listen to the Inside Drive in the afternoon.
And when we get back, we got to call Coach Jones, Arnold High School, 104.3 ESP Wildcat. That's one of the best ones you've ever done.
Oh, yeah?
You're outstanding. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking at
ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Geico 500. Join Coach Hale mornings at 7:15 and 8:15 to enter. The race to Talladega. Then at 12:15 and 5:15, listen for your name called. If we announce your name, race to the phones. How long it takes you to call 850-215-6290 is your qualifying time. The fastest qualifying times win a pair of tickets to Talladega. Right here from ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, partly cloudy and a high of 74 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the south. Mostly clouds tonight, a gentle breeze and quite warm near 68. Mostly cloudy and 78 tomorrow. 74 and some clouds and moderate rain with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, sunshine and a temperature slightly colder at 67. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. Or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport. The best place in town to take a leak.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
Kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now we got the number one coach for the number one team. We got Coach Jones, Arnold High School. Unbelievable. Making school history seems like every day. Let's bring him on this morning. Coach, thank you so much for taking your time out, coming on, being on the show with us this morning. Talk about it. You guys are making history over there. Tell us what's happened since last week.
Okay. Well, good morning. We played 3 games last week. Monday we played Jay High School and we won 8-0. Tuesday we played at South Walton and won 3-2, and then Thursday we played at Rutherford and won 10-2. So won all 3 games last week. We're sitting at 12-0. Can't really complain about that. I can go into a little bit of detail here with the games. Against Jay on Monday, honestly, there was things changed a little bit for us because of rain that was coming in on Tuesday. So we ended up pitching Cooper Moss against Jay instead of potentially having him for South Walton. We weren't sure the South Walton game was going to happen, but he pitched amazingly well, as he normally does. 6 innings, no runs. I believe it was 3 hits and struck out 12 on no walks. Mason Lehman had a hit and a double. Mac Jones had a double. Offensively, we came through some, and then Jay made a few errors in the end to make the game look less competitive than it probably was. Jay's a solid team. We got a lead on them, and then they kind of snowballed on them. the next night we were supposed to play at home against South Walton. Ended up moving the game down there because they have that really nice turf field and it could handle the rain a lot better. Just a really good game between two, I think, really good teams, two of the better teams in the Panhandle. South Walton scored 2 in the third. Eli Blair pitched for it. South Walton scored 2 in the third. We messed up a bunt play. They had first and second, nobody out. Messed up a bunt, threw it away a little bit, and then made an error kind of trying to pick it up in the outfield also. And they scored both runs on that one play, which was something we kind of helped them with for sure. But it was 2-0 going into the fifth inning with 2 outs in the fifth inning. We had nothing going on. They were throwing Coleman Borthwick, who's an Auburn commit, and he threw very, very well. But Ryan Lehman had a great at-bat, got on base. Connor McCann with a 2-strike line drive up the middle of the score of the first run. Then Josh Lindsay with a big hit for us to tie the game, and Mason Bean with a base hit up the middle to give us the lead 3-2. So we kind of got 3 or 4 straight hits there with nothing going on with 2 outs. Took the lead 3-2 and then held on to Eli Blair the rest of the way. I wouldn't say he was the sharpest he's been, but he is just such a competitive kid that he didn't let anything hurt us. He threw 6 2/3 innings, no earned runs. I believe he struck out 11. Caden Quinn came on and got the last batter to pick up the save, and so that was a big win for us to knock off South Walton 3-2. And then Thursday night at Rutherford, we were able to score a few runs, and led by Mac Jones, who's a guy that's hitting in the middle of the lineup for us. We think will hit, and it started to come around and start hitting. He had 3 hits. He was 3 for 3. We split the game between Caden Quinn and Nico Landavazo on the mound. They both threw pretty well, actually really well, and we were able to win that game, walking away a little bit. So we're sitting at 12-0. We got 4 games this week, so we'll see.
4 games this week? Wow.
Yeah, so we're hosting our tournament, the Visit PCB Spring Bash, I believe we're calling it this year. So we're hosting the tournament with a bunch of out-of-state teams, and we have 4 games this week against 1 team from Tennessee and I believe 3 teams from Kentucky are the teams that we're playing. But we have 6 different states bringing teams down and playing at our place and also Public Sports Park every day this week.
How do you keep the players focused when they're undefeated like this? That's a challenge for a lot of
something you
coaches.
Could Arnold baseball. Yeah,
yeah.
That's a good question. I'll be honest. Last week was a little bit scary because I give them days off. We give them days off for spring break. So we played on Tuesday of our spring break the week before, and then had no practice, no nothing, and just showed up Monday to play against Jay. When you're doing pretty well, it's relatively easy to keep the kids motivated, and they're self-motivated, so they find a way to go hit on their own if they want to. But I wanted to get them a few days away from baseball. I'm a big believer in it's a grind, and when you get a chance to give them a little bit of time off, I think we take advantage of that so that when they come back, they realize that they've been missing it instead of just grinding every single day. But I think they've done a good job of keeping their focus. I thought we ran out of the focus a little bit against South Walton when we were down 2-0. Felt like we were moping around a little bit. We haven't been down a whole lot. And Coleman Borthwick on the mound is just a tremendous competitor, and that kid was about 90, literally had a radar gun going. He was pretty much 90 miles an hour every pitch that night, topped at 91, but very consistent, throwing the ball well. But we had a little chat in between the inning and just told them that, at that point, I think we were 10-0. Like, we're the team that's 10-0. We're moping around like life's not fair, and just go back and play all 7 innings and see what happens. And like I said, we got some huge hits from McCann, Lindsay, Bean, and it started with Ryan Lehman's great at-bat, and we were able to string it together and just hold on. So we're 12-0, which looks nice on paper, but certainly we are aware that 3, 4, maybe even 5 of those games could have gone either way. But we either got the big hit or made the big play, or the ball bounced our way, and so we're sort of living on a little bit of that. But anybody who wins 12 games in a row, there's a break or two here and there that has definitely gone their direction.
We got about 30 seconds. I want to ask you real quick. Do you know much about these teams that are coming in? Are they high-quality teams? What do you think about them?
It's hard to tell. You try and match it up based on last year, and then they're somewhat early in their seasons. But I think we play Seymour High School from Tennessee today, Apollo High School from Kentucky tomorrow, and those are two really good quality teams. Mm-hmm. And then the other two teams about average that we play. There's a couple other teams that we don't get a chance to play all of the ones that come down.
Right.
But Owensboro Catholic and Frederick Douglass from Kentucky are real quality teams too. So it's a mix, but there are definitely some high quality teams that are coming in town right now.
Are all the games going to be played in the afternoon or different times throughout the day, or what?
Different times. They start at 9 a.m. and the last one starts at 6 p.m. There's 4 games a day per field for the most part. Today, the first game's at noon at Public, but at 9 a.m. at Arnold. So
okay,
it's a little bit spread out all over the place. But it's basically all day, Monday through Friday, at either one of those places.
So if you want to watch some great baseball,
pretty good baseball.
Yeah, you want some good baseball, go out to Arnold, watch it day and night. That's pretty cool. Coach, I hate to do it. We got to go. You keep it up, man. That's incredible. You're making history over there. Keep it going, and we'll talk to you next Monday, okay?
All right, no problem.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Charlie Corn's place right there on 15th Street. I tell you what, brand new facilities, absolutely beautiful. Him and Linda's had a restaurant going since 1986. They got daily specials, a meat. Pick out your meat. 3 sides, and you can't beat that. Meat, 3 sides, $11.20, great deal. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's the big deal now. Friday night, go have fried or grilled fish, baked beans, cheese grits, french fries, roll, and tea. Same thing on Saturday. Get what you want, your vegetables, but they got fried shrimp, grilled shrimp. You pick what you want. Fried shrimp's really good. And then Sunday, the big one. All these are after 4 o'clock now. Sunday, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, cream corn, rolls, and a tea. Charlie Corn's place on 15th Street. Unbelievable. Great home cooking is unbelievably good. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach. You love barbecue, get that great Texas barbecue from Rudy's. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and Rudy's Barbecue, they cater. Jason Kovaleski's there all the time. He is now signing autographs. Thank you, Jason. We made him pretty famous there.
If he is there, make sure he brings me some breakfast burritos.
Oh, he'll eat it before it gets here, I'm telling you. It's good. Rudy's Barbecue's outstanding. Rudy's Barbecue's on Back Beach Road. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Great turkey. Goodness gracious, unbelievable. Also, El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, right across the street from the Navy base. Every Thursday, karaoke, lunch specials Monday through Friday. The food's incredible. Go check it out. Tell David Coach sent you down there. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. And we got the legend here right now, Dr. Chad Mitchell. We will be right back. 104.3. Chad, we get back. Chad on FSU. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is taking you on the ultimate road trip to see the Orlando Magic. It's the Hall & Hearts ESPN Northwest Florida Magic Express. We're taking a busload of ESPN listeners and driving them to see the Orlando Magic play the Chicago Bulls Sunday, April 7th. You'll watch all the action from a presidential suite. For your chance to win, open the ESPN Northwest Florida app and click Enter Contest. Sponsored by Hall & Hearts and PCB Hobby.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
Hi, I'm Tracy, your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I-dos.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing. He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU Update is brought to you by Newbies. 3 great locations. Newbies, the mothership, the best bands in the Southeast. They got food there now. And bingo on Thursdays. Get out to...
Love that bingo.
Yeah, get out to Newbies, have a great time. Newbies 2 on the Curve. You can watch all the games that are going on. Have a wonderful time there. And then, of course, the Booze and Brew. Let me tell you something. I went to a Garrison Baker. As you know, Garrison played football as a freshman when we were at Arnold. Could have been, it would have been a great player. Him and Michael worked out together. They did a great job. I knew they were going to be pretty special ball players. Michael Cowart and Garrison Baker, they worked out together that freshman year. They were going to be good. You can tell good players when they're going to be good ball players. Great character, great work ethic, and really love the game. Well, he got married, and we went to the rehearsal dinner, and I tell you, it was outstanding. The food was incredible. I'm not going to tell you the name of it. I want to, but I'm getting in trouble. But great place, beautiful. Everything was unbelievable. We had a blast. And we were you and I were talking about Garrison Baker in between the break. That free diving, is that right? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, I think I remember him telling me about his free diving.
Well, I was seeing pictures of him out in the middle of the Gulf, and sharks around everything. I'm like, are you nuts?
The last I heard, when last I talked to him, which was years ago, he was being coached by one of the record holders in the world.
Yeah. And how far down was he going?
I don't remember, but let's just say it was 200 feet or more.
And that's free diving. And what's that mean, Chad? I just asked Chad, does that mean he only had one tank of air?
No, he got his air at the surface.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
Well, you got to be a cool customer to be able to control your heart rate, control your emotions, all that, and do that, and go.
Garrison's that way.
I know. He's a cool customer for sure. Yeah.
Strong, boy. He was strong back when he was a freshman.
Yep.
We got a caller for the FSU update, only if it's Rob. Is it Rob? Let's take this outstanding caller. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all this morning?
Have you been free diving lately?
No, I don't do that. Hey, guys, tell me one thing. The first life insurance guy said you don't want to go no lower than taters and no higher than corn.
There you go. There you go. What's going on, Rob?
Hey, I hadn't talked to you because you've gone. First of all, congratulations on your procedure. I hope everything came out all right.
Yeah, everything came out. I guarantee that. Yeah.
Hey, we haven't talked since they changed the rules in the NFL, and I heard that the new rule was, now this is my interpretation, that the kicking team's going to hold hands and skip down.
Yes.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yes,
right?
that is true. They're 5 yards apart. They're putting the kick on.
Then they're going to play patty cake until the running back comes by.
I love it.
Can you believe that? Now, listen, Kirby had made, I think it was Kirby. I'm pretty sure it's Kirby Smart made a comment about that. Because he's on the rules committee. That the NCAA is now looking into that. So that might be coming to college football.
Yeah, well.
Why don't they just put the ball on the 35-yard line?
Save time.
Amen.
Come on. If you're going to do away with it, do away with it.
Why would you say that? Do you not remember the national championship game, Alabama, Clemson?
Listen,
we take it to the house, we score. We're going to take that away from college football?
Or why don't they why don't they allow them to be closer together when they kick the ball?
Well, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I don't understand is they were talking about, well, now, there's 94% or 98%, whatever it is, that are kicked in at touchback. So it's really nothing to do. Okay, let's move the kicker back another 5 yards or 10 yards.
Yeah.
Or, hey, let's punt it. Take the kick and just kick it on the tee completely off and punt it.
That's good.
But what do you want? How do you tell that poor kid, you've been kicking for us now, we don't need you by?
Right.
Well, you still can kick field goals.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they're different people. Some guys do better at kicking the ball deep and not.
But if you're trying to slow down the velocity of impact.
This is football.
I know, but that's what they're trying to do.
They're trying to change the game.
Yep, they're trying to slow down the velocity of impact on those kickoffs.
My other thing is you got a straight line to Kirby. Now they're talking about doing a 2-minute warning in college, but yet they've taken away the stopping the clock when you go out of bounds and all this other stuff.
Right.
I mean, so
player safety.
We need more commercials, I guess.
That's exactly right.
I think letting them punt's a good idea, actually, because you can still get the explosive plays.
If it's not broken, leave it alone.
Well, I think they're worried about things getting broken.
Well, you know what? Anybody's worried about getting hurt, don't play. Don't play.
Back to the FSU segment.
There's always baseball if you're worried about getting hurt.
Back to the FSU segment. How is Florida still ranked number 6
in baseball?
Because it just means more.
It just means more.
They're in the SEC. It just means more than the ACC.
I agree with you.
Maybe they rank them by the number of losses they got. I don't know.
because he didn't play his best players in the middle of the week.
Yeah. Well,
FSU beat them last week.
FSU beat them, 9-3?
I got 14-3 is what I got.
Was it 14? It was a lot.
That's what's being reported. It's 14-3.
Yeah, and you can't tell me that they don't want to beat FSU when they play them in the midweek.
Yeah, Florida's ranked 6th. Florida State's ranked 17th. Bama's 16th, just to kind of give you a reference. But and while we're on that, Rob, FSU goes on to win 2 out of 3 over the weekend series, beating Louisville Thursday 8-3, then losing to Louisville on Friday 5-2, and then coming back and beating them Saturday 9-4. They've got Jacksonville on Tuesday. They got Bethune-Cookman on Wednesday. Both of those games are at home. And then they travel to Boston College Friday through Sunday for a 3-game series. Yeah.
I think.
Well, and that was kind of my issue. The bullpen lost all 3 of those games in Clemson. FSU was leading late in the game in all 3 of those games, and the bullpen just fell apart.
So what are you hearing about football? Because I was going to discuss a little bit of football with the Noles just from the spring. I realize it's early, sort of first scrimmage, this weekend, kind of like Florida. What are you hearing? I know what I'm hearing.
I haven't heard anything about the football stuff.
Yeah. So
there again, it's been a busy weekend. I hadn't really spend a lot of time on the computer and stuff. So.
People that are reporting are talking about safety Shaheem Brown, and correct me if I don't say some of these names right, but they're saying he's a big deal, that he's looking good. And then you've got the defensive ends that Norvell just really was praising because they were apparently getting close to the quarterback, or you had one sack by this Patrick Payton, but you had Peyton Jones Jr., Lolahia, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then,
well, I think everybody that they got coming in has really done more to showed what they can do. Nobody has kind of said, well, are we sure we really wanted this guy, or did we make the wrong decision? So.
They're saying Turner looked pretty good, too, this Byron Turner. So that's your defensive ends that were really talked about. And then the running back, Cam Davis, and then wide receiver, Malik Benson. Does that name sound familiar to you, Coach?
Yeah,
he's from Alabama, or was it Alabama?
Yeah.
Scored a touchdown. Scored a touchdown.
Yeah. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
They're going to be good.
Anyway, that's kind of what I'm hearing from spring.
They're not getting a lot of love like they did. They don't think the national people, they keep thinking about that Orange Bowl. You get that out of your mind. That they're going to be good. I think they're going to be good.
FSU's going to be good? Oh, absolutely they're going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the talent.
As long as they got and they've got a couple quarterbacks coming in. I'm not sure about the kid that they, that keeps bouncing around, but, maybe Norvell can bring the best out of it.
Well, they're still learning the offense is what it sounds like, right. Both of them. And so I think that's where the competition is. At least that's what I read.
Rob, next year when you're in the SEC, Florida State will be ranked higher. You don't have to worry about that.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm figuring, We just need to get in the right conference.
Then you get rated, yes.
Yeah, so anyway. Hey, guys, I got to go to work. Go have a good day.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Rob. All right, Chad, that was one of the best I've ever. You did a great job, no doubt about that. Football-wise, they're not getting a lot of love. They're really not.
April Fools.
Oh, that's right. Today's April Fools. Dang it, I wish
I wish I'd never said that. I thought he knew he was just staying away from it.
I didn't. Doggone it. All right, get out to Newbies. Have a great time. If we're going to go jewelry shopping, where are we going to go?
Not only can you do your jewelry shopping at David Adamson Jewelry on Highway 77 in New Haven, but you can also take that old jewelry that your wife has had sitting in that jewelry box for a long, long time, get it appraised, get it fixed, get it clean, get it back on her fingers and earrings and necklaces, and it'll look brand new. They do everything. They design jewelry, clean it, fix it, appraise it, in case you want to get it insured, right there at David Adamson's Jewelry, right there on Highway 77, Lynn Haven.
Paparazzi Pizza's unbelievable. Go check it out. Go have lunch today at Paparazzi. I'm telling you, take Chad with you, and all you got to do is buy one lunch special, just get one more drink. The slices are huge, and they're outstanding. I like the Land Rover.
I like their sandwiches.
Yeah, sandwiches.
Horse head meat sandwiches.
Yeah, everything's really good there. What about the bakery? What about the bakery?
Yeah. The bakery's good because the sandwich buns are made there too. They're incredible.
The Paradise Cake is my favorite. It's really outstanding. And all of them are good. Napoleon's really good. Paparazzi Pizza is unbelievable. Go check it out. You have a great time down there. And you know what I love about that? He's retired police officer, John. Great man. Great man. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, talking about great people. Jason Kovaleski is one of the finest. 2 great locations. He's meeting with all these coaches now. You got a son and daughter that plays sports. You want to get up with Jason. Go by and visit with him. Talk to him. What they should eat. When they should start lifting weights. What they should be lifting. The guy's incredible. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, #1. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, don't put it off. 5 minutes can save your life. Go see Dr. Ward today. Offices throughout Northwest Florida. Another legendary doctor that we have every Wednesday, 7:30, Dr. Ward. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back, Chad Mitchell, Florida Gators. It just means more. Why would Rob ask why the Gators are ranked higher? Bill Allen knows the answer, so does the mayor. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdog.
Spring training base is there for the Yankees, and that helps. But then a lot of people from New York and from Boston go down there to move. And so all of a sudden, when ease of access is not such a big deal whenever the Yankees and the Red Sox are in town. And that's probably going to start happening with Baltimore as well, right? I don't know how well their fans travel.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, partly cloudy and a high of 74 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the south. Mostly clouds tonight, a gentle breeze and quite warm near 68. Mostly cloudy and 78 tomorrow. 74 and some clouds and moderate rain with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, sunshine and a temperature slightly colder at 67. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay-down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
I gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up 40 days of consistency. All over Febreze car clips right on your fit. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio on the Sports Talk Must. ESPN Northwest Florida.
What are we doing right now?
BGs. It's catchy.
I'm a Gator man.
No time to talk.
Gator man.
That's the first time I've ever seen Coach dance.
It wasn't pretty, was it?
That was
not pretty.
Hey, great song. Smitty, that was outstanding. Great song.
He's always playing good songs.
I thought the Florida Gator update was a little bit different.
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be the fight song.
Supposed to be the Florida fight song.
Hey, we do Florida Gators all day Wednesday.
So the heck with it.
I have to save it. I have to save it.
There you go. That's right.
Make it special.
Because it does wear out that needle when he plays it all the time. All right, what you got for today on the Florida Gators?
Well, I want to do first kind of finish up the FSU update really quick and talk about the Florida State softball team. Number 22, FSU softball swept North Carolina State over the weekend. Thursday winning 8-6, Friday winning 8-0, Saturday winning 8-5. They just keep getting eights. Anyway, next Tuesday and Wednesday, they're playing McNeese, and then Friday through Sunday, they are at Louisville. Since we're on the softball subject, I'll go to Florida softball. We'll talk about them a little bit.
Go Gators.
So now we're on the Florida segment like we're supposed to be. Number 10.
Thank you, John.
Lady Gators win the series with Mississippi State. They win 2 games out of 3. Thursday, they lost 13-12. Then came back Friday and Saturday to win Friday 8-5, Saturday 7-6. Their next game is at Stetson on Wednesday, and then they have a 4-game series with LSU starting Saturday through Monday. There's a doubleheader on Monday, so it'll be Saturday, Sunday, doubleheader Monday, and that's your Florida Gators softball. Moving to the, what Rob called the overranked Florida baseball team. They're ranked number 6. Obviously, Rob's lamenting that FSU's ranked further down the poll. But the number 6 Florida baseball team, this Jack Caglione hits a walk-off 2-run homer in the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th, to help the Gators take the weekend series from Mississippi State. They win 2-1. Friday, the Gators beat them 7-6. Saturday, they lost 12-2. And then Sunday, that's when the walk-off home run was in the bottom of the 9th. They win 4-2. The Gators next play Florida A&M on Tuesday at home. And then they have a 3-game weekend series that begins Friday at Missouri.
All right.
So that's your Florida baseball. And then last but not least, maybe we can talk, since this show is mainly about college football, even though we're in that time of year where it's kind of difficult to have a lot to talk about. Florida did have their first scrimmage of the spring. Now, obviously, the spring game's about 2 weeks away, so they're working towards that. And, you know, the talks about Mertz and Lagway. Lagway's looking good, apparently, from this scrimmage. But he's learning the game and still working on game management skills. And so I think based on what I'm hearing, he's a ways away from, being the starter on the field. But obviously they've got to have a good backup here.
Right.
Then edge, Tyreek Norwood, he gets a mention by Norvell because he is a walk-on, 6-year graduate student, or 6-year student, 6 year of eligibility, 6 year. But he's a graduate student, walk-on, that picked off a pass playing edge, did what he was supposed to do, messed up the scheme for the offense, picks off a pass pretty clean, and the entire team stopped to celebrate that. The entire team. You know why?
Good job.
He's coming back from an ACL injury.
Good job. That's
previously.
A lot of work.
But here's a guy who is a walk-on, gets out there, makes it happen. He's coming back from an ACL injury. And anyway, it was a big moment for the team.
You and I both know most walk-ons get that type of injury will not even try to come back.
Exactly, and that was the big story around him. So awesome. To see this guy back, and not only that, he's contributing. It's an amazing story. Also, I'm hearing the offensive line's improving, especially the edges. They talked about that and talked about how the offensive line seems to be coming together, seems to be improved over last year. Obviously we'll see. And then this South Carolina transfer linebacker, Pup Howard. I keep seeing puppy power. Yeah. It's what I keep
Puppy's
seeing.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, Pup Howard. He's getting a lot of reps because Shamar James and Derek Wingo are out.
Yeah.
So he's getting a lot of reps, and they're talking about how good he looks. And this is a guy who had no missed tackles, apparently, for South Carolina last year when he played for them. So things are looking up for the Gators. It's early in spring. There's a lot of other things that are coming up, but anyway, 2 weeks away from the spring game.
You said something brought back a memory. You'd be going through spring football practice, and if you had injuries in particular groupings like the outside backers, inside backers, defense line, whatever it is. I remember one time had some people banged up. If you're banged up and the people are out, they try to take it easy in spring. Like when he's hurt, let's pull him out in spring.
Sure.
A little bit, get him out of there. It's like they do it, like they've always done. Well, I remember one time we had a guy back up that was hurt, so I had to go 2 periods in a row. Because you would go I think it was a 15-minute period. I can't remember now, it was 10 or 15-minute period scrimmage. And you would go, it'd be the 1s versus 2, you'd go, and then you'd bring in the 1s and 2s. Say you had the 1 defense, 2 offense going against each other for a 10 or 15-minute period, and it was intense, it was hard. Then you'd come out, and the other groups would run on. Well, the backup guy's not there. You stayed out there.
Exactly.
So you're going 20 or 30 minutes. I cannot remember if it was 10 minutes or 15-minute period. But anyway, back to back, that about kills you.
Yeah.
And then you'd have 3. Then you'd have 3 on 3. It would always be. We started out like this. You'd have 1 offense versus 2 defense, 1 defense versus 2 offense, and 3s against 3s. And then,
but if you shine like this player did,
he's shining, but he's tired.
Right, he's tired. Right, but they're giving him the praise. Like, okay, we watched him do it.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yep.
I'd definitely get him a little bit of rest though. That's not too good. How much time we got, Wildcat? We got to go. All right, let's talk about something. Chad, is Chad not? Hey, Wildcat, pay attention. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Is Chad not doing a good job?
He's doing a great job. He's on top of everything.
He's doing an outstanding job today. Thank God.
Where's your game at?
That's what I'm saying. He's pulling the wagon.
His game doesn't start till the end of August. College football, that's his game.
His back is hurting. He's pulling the sucker, baby.
I'm surprised he's not talking about the brand new spanking shiny what do they call it? UFL? United Football League, where they merged all the other teams that were failing.
Listen, hopefully he'll remind our listeners that even though it's April Fool's Day, that yes, Alabama did get into the Final Four. Hopefully we'll be talking about that.
We don't talk about that.
That's a terrible joke.
Certain things we just don't bring up. We never
it's
talk
a joke?
We never talk about Bama.
Yeah.
Hey, J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer. Go check it out. I think you'll love it. Great people down there. I tell you, the food's incredible. And on Wednesday, they do something a little bit different. They do spaghetti. Lunch and dinner will be packed out just because they only do it once a week, and it's outstanding. It's world famous. J. Michael's. Again, the best seafood, the coldest beer you'll get anywhere. South Oak Title and Closing. Do what Mark Coward, 38 Mark Coward, one of the top realtors in the Southeast. The guy's incredible. They use the best, and that's Chuck Tucker and South Oak Title and Closing. There's no doubt about that. And his office is throughout Northwest Florida. Chuck Tucker does a great job. South Oak Title and Closing. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. We don't care if it breaks down in the middle of the night or in the morning. It doesn't matter. You call Stevenson Air Conditioning, they'll be there for you. It's one of the few things you can purchase that actually pays for itself. Stevenson Air Conditioning. You got an old one, gives it service about every 6 months. If it's really old and all you do is spend a lot of money on your power bill, it's time to get rid of it, get a brand new, and they do an incredible job. Jason's crew will be out there for you. Locals taking care of locals. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Also, Charlie Corn's Place on 15th Street, brand new facility. Don't forget about the night special, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night special. Friday night, fried fish, grilled fish, baked beans, cheese grits, or french fries, rolling a tea. And then on Saturday, a really good one on Saturday, after 4 o'clock, fried shrimp. I'm not even going to say it. You can get it grilled if you want to. Get it fried. Fried shrimp. And then Sunday, after 4, fried chicken, mashed potato, green beans, cream corn, roll, and a tea. That's some good home cooking right there, Charlie Corn's Place. We're right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back. Alabama Crimson Tide. We are a basketball power.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
I used to work at the Panama Country Club, and I get a little choked up because Earl, he was such a special man. I tell you, he'd come back there and he'd talk to us like we were people back there cooking, and he'd tip us and he'd take care of us. And I just want you to know, Earl, he was a great man.
Join Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, partly cloudy and a high of 74 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the south. Mostly clouds tonight, a gentle breeze and quite warm near 68. Mostly cloudy and 78 tomorrow. 74 and some clouds and moderate rain with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, sunshine and a temperature slightly colder at 67. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lunan. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sports fans, we love our teams, but let's talk real estate for a moment. Meet Berg Title, your trusted local real estate title and escrow company. Based in downtown Panama City, Berg Title knows the community inside out. They handle everything from title searches to escrow services with expertise. Honest, reliable, and here to make your real estate journey smooth. Remember, it's Berg Title. Call them at 850-250-2900. That's Berg Title, your partner for a worry-free real estate experience in Panama City and Panama City Beach.
Put down your natural lights. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide roll. Bama is rolling right now. Not only in what a year. What a year. We got to brag on Bama's athletic director, the athletic department, in the 3 major sports. The Alabama Crimson Tide football team played overtime against the national champs Michigan, and quite honestly should have won the football game, but we did not get it done, and probably should have. But we did. We were there. We made the playoffs. Baseball team is doing a lot better than it's done in years. So we're making progress there. And now look what Nate Oates has done with the basketball team. It's unbelievable. First time in school history, Alabama's made the Final Four. Alabama beat in a really good basketball game. Alabama beat North Carolina Thursday night, 89-87. Watched every bit of it. And then Saturday night, Alabama 89, Clemson 82. They make the Final Four. Unbelievable. First time in school history. Sears scored 23 points the other night. Looks really good. But Chad, do you ever remember Alabama basketball? Well, they never have, but I remember back in the 70s, we had Hudson and those guys. I think they didn't make it. They made the final Sweet 16. I think maybe won one of the games and lost. But that was about it for as I can remember. What do you think about this basketball team?
I think this basketball team's pretty good. It's interesting to see this, but I remember Wimp coaching them to
So I remember
some victories.
C.M. Newton. I'm older than you. C.M. Newton was good.
But, but obviously Oates has them in a lot better position than they were in the past, and congratulations to him for getting them there.
They flew back in town Sunday, and there were a lot of people at the airport. Jamie Station was there, they videoed it, interviewed the coach. People were pumped up, excited. And the problem is we got to play the number one team. UConn's unbelievable. I think it's the best team. They got to play them, and I don't know if they play the early game or the late game. Does it say yet when they play it Saturday? I think it's 6:09.
I don't see the time yet.
I kind of hope it's the late game. We've been pretty good playing the late game. But let's talk about it. The Final Four. You got Big East, UConn. You got the ACC, NC State, Big Ten, Purdue, and the SEC, Alabama. We got the Super League teams are in there. You got the Big Ten, SEC are in there. That's huge for TV rankings. So everybody's got to be happy. I really think that the ratings are going to go through the roof. ACC's in there, Big East is in there, basketball, they're known for that. And you got the Big Ten, SEC.
It's got something for everybody to root for. Yeah. That's right.
And TBS has got, I believe, the Saturday games, and CBS, I think, has the last two on Monday night. I think. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that. But anyway, great success this year of the basketball team. They're playing really well, getting after it. Great job. At the end of the year, I said, don't trust them. Then against North Carolina, I thought, I got a feeling. I said, you know what? I think they're going to beat North Carolina. I just had a gut feeling. I thought it was going to be 103-101. I said something crazy like that on Monday. But Alabama did get it done, and that surprised. They played really well, especially on defense side of the ball. They playing good on defense. Can't say enough good things about the basketball team's doing right now. All right, I'm going to switch gears from that to baseball. Let's go back. Tennessee was the other school in the SEC that had a chance to make the Final Four. They get beat by who they get beat by? Who beat them? NC State put it on them. I can't remember the score now. Do you remember the score?
No, it was Purdue that beat
Purdue.
I thought it was Purdue that beat
You're right.
Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, 66 Tennessee, Purdue 72. First game, Tennessee won. Then they got beat by Purdue. And they got that big, tall kid at Purdue, that monster, man. He's a good player.
And he can shoot some free throws, obviously.
But SEC, Tennessee, they go 27-9. Good year. But Alabama's carrying the SEC like they always do in football. Now we just switch gears to basketball. We're going to start carrying it now. But I do love that. First time in school history. NC State beats Duke to get in. And they beat Duke pretty good. I was surprised. It wasn't a close game. So
NC State's real deal.
Who did you have as your Final Four? Did you even mess with it?
I thought Auburn would be here, honestly. I really did. And I
thought Auburn would go. I thought Kentucky. I thought Kentucky would go
to
far.
see them bow out. I thought it was going to be Auburn, North Carolina. Of course, I guess it depends on the bracket, but these are the teams that I was thinking would definitely be there. UConn, North Carolina, Purdue, and I thought Auburn would make it.
They did a comparison about Nate Oates and Coach Auburn's Bruce Pearl. It was kind of interesting. Nate Oates actually has beaten him in several categories. I was surprised at that. It seems like Auburn's been the power in basketball, but Nate Oates quietly has done a really good job.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll go over that tomorrow. I had it written down somewhere, and I just don't want to look it up right now. All right, Alabama baseball. Again, we said they're getting better.
Ranked 16th.
Last Thursday, Alabama beats South Carolina 4-3. Then on Friday, Alabama beats South Carolina 13-6, and then on Saturday, South Carolina gets Bama 9-8. So they win the series against South Carolina. Tuesday, April 2nd, Alabama at Samford. Then Friday, they start a series with Kentucky. On the east side of the bracket, Kentucky right now 7-1, 23-4. So right now, as we speak, they're the
ranked
best team
24th. Ranked 24th in the nation.
Yeah,
too.
but see, we're early in the SEC play. All this is going to change the rankings. The rankings in the East and the West is going to go up and down quite a bit. Friday, April 5th, 5:30, Alabama, Kentucky. Saturday, April 6th, 1 o'clock, Alabama, Kentucky. Then Sunday, the 7th of April, Alabama will play at 11 o'clock versus Kentucky. So we need to get this one. Kentucky's number one again in the SEC if you go by the early rankings for its standings in SEC play and overall record. Bama, matter of fact, is third in the West. Bama's 4-5 in the SEC, 21-7 overall. You're talking about Florida early, 6-3 in the SEC, 16-11 overall. They play a pretty tough schedule. Florida's going to be pretty darn good. I don't care. I know Ray gets mad they're ranked high right now with those 11 losses, but Florida's going to be there when everything's said and done, I think. And that's how much time I got? Oh heck, we got a lot of time. Chad, I do want to talk about this. We talked about basketball when we get back.
You going to mention the softball team?
No, I don't want to mention the softball team. What I want to mention right now, Alabama, Michigan Rose Bowl. This past Rose Bowl, 96,371 people showed up to the game. That was the largest crowd that they've had at the Rose Bowl since 1998. I didn't realize it. I thought the Alabama-Texas game was bigger than that.
Well, you got two, blue bloods playing. Yeah.
But I just thought the Alabama-Texas National Championship game had more people there. But evidently, this article, if it's correct, is Michigan, Alabama, the biggest since 1998. Alabama recruiting, and this main thing I want to get about this, I still upset about this. Alabama's recruiting the last 10 years. Let's go back 2021 and 10 years before then. Alabama has a department. They're recruiters. They focus with the recruiting. You got the assistant coaches that also do recruiting, but you got a department. That's all they do. Well, I made it clear. I think they made a mistake in some of their letting certain people go, like almost all of them in the recruiting area, which I thought was ridiculous. All Alabama did. Let's go to 2021. The number one recruiting class in the country, Alabama. Let's go 2020. Number one recruiting class in the country, Georgia. 2019, the number one recruiting class in the country, Alabama. 2018, the number one recruiting class in the nation, Georgia. 2017, number one team in the country in recruiting, Alabama. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12.
When you say
the number one recruiting class in the country, Alabama.
Did they let them go, or did they say, "Hey, I've learned something. It's time to move on"? And
no, they were fired.
They cut them.
They were fired. They were out the door. Get out.
Then in that case,
we're going to bring our people in from NC State that's been coaching college football for 2 years. And we're going to bring the guy in from Washington to make all these decisions. I think he made bad. I think he screwed this completely up. We will see how it plays out 2 or 3 years down the road. If it had been me, I'd have brought my one-man guy in from Washington. I'd have left every one of these guys. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys are doing a pretty good job. Chad, I understand you want to bring your own people with you when you come into a situation like this, but recruiting is the backbone of everything. Would you have gotten rid of those guys? I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have gotten rid of them, but we kind of understand who some of them are and what they're capable of doing, and obviously there's no personal ties to the new coach and his staff coming in. But I will say this. 247's got Alabama ranked number 7 in recruiting right now. So
let me go back. Alabama's been number 1 in recruiting, 21, 19. Can I read it to you again, Chad? Did you not listen? 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Number 1 recruiting class in the country, Alabama. Number 7 for Alabama is embarrassing.
Well, 8th is Auburn. 8th is Auburn.
That's good.
Just so you know.
That's good.
Good for Alabama.
Yeah, where's Ohio State? They're probably number one. Where's
Ohio State's
LSU's ahead of us. Georgia's ahead of us.
Notre Dame right now is considered the number one by 247 Sports, and Ohio State's number two, but I'm with you. I think probably Ohio State's got the better.
Ohio State just had an unbelievable weekend.
Yes.
I've got some stuff.
And then you know who's behind them, who's doing really well with 3 5-stars?
LSU.
Yep. LSU is really
let me
doing
tell
well
you.
in
You brought
recruiting.
this up, Big Daddy. I'll finish this off for you. Ohio State Buckeyes will be the number one class. They just landed the 5th blue chip prospects in the past 3 days. The 5th in 3 days. 4-star receiver Alford. 4-star edge Murray. 4-star receiver Jones. 4-star defensive back Stewart. This kid, Deshaun Stewart, is a stud. 20 of the top 10 players in the 2025 class. Okay.
Can I give some love to UCF at number 14?
Ohio State has 11 commitments, okay? 10 or 4 stars or better. Ohio State is spending the money. They're doing what they need to do. They're knocking out a ballpark. Them and LSU will fight the entire year to see who has one classification. One service has Ohio State number one right now. The other one has LSU. Which one are you on? 20?
I'm down here at 16 where Georgia is. Georgia's at 16 and UCF's at 14. That's early in the recruiting process.
Next time he talks about UCF, turn the mic off. He's sending his money quietly to UCF.
Gus Malzahn, man, he's recruiting pretty well. He's beating Kirby right now.
And with that, we'll end our Alabama update. Brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime, day or night, they're there for you. We get back Auburn Tigers. Chad and I both said we thought Auburn would go really deep in the playoffs, and that was a freak deal, man. Them losing that game was who beat them? Yale. That shocked me. We'll talk about that in a minute. We got to go. Let's just go.
First, got to give them a keyword.
Oh, do the keyword. I'll shut up then. Go ahead.
It's time to do the keyword, and the keyword is PCB Hobby, one of our sports sponsors here at ESPN. All you got to do is text PCB Hobby to the phone number 215-6290, and then listen to the Inside Drive, listen to the Afternoon Underdogs. They'll call your name. You call in as quickly as you can. That gives you a qualifying time, and the best qualifying time at the end of next week, whenever this ends, will win 2 tickets to go to Talladega. Also, we got another pretty cool little thing going on here that you ought to talk about. It's called the Hall and Hearts. It's ESPN Northwest Florida, the Magic Express. You can ride the ultimate trip and take a busload of ESPN Northwest Florida listeners to see Orlando Magic play the Chicago Bulls on Sunday, April 7th. That's coming up next weekend. So here's all you got to do. Just go to ESPN Northwest Florida app and click Enter Contest. That's all you got to do. It's sponsored by Hall and Hearts and PCB Hobby, which is the keyword for the day, and ESPN Northwest Florida. It comes with food, drinks, and you also get to sit in a presidential suite and watch the basketball game. So go to the app and check that out. And like I said before, PCB Hobby. That's our keyword for the day. So text it 215-6290. Do it now.
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest of Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Tournament plays here.
That one is good. Goki did it again.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
Up and under. Got it. What a play.
Listen to the madness.
March Madness continues.
Exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Grambling State Tigers storm back to win.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, partly cloudy and a high of 74 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the south. Mostly clouds tonight, a gentle breeze and quite warm near 68. Mostly cloudy and 78 tomorrow. 74 and some clouds and moderate rain with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, sunshine and a temperature slightly colder at 67. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent you.
Hi, I'm Tracy, your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I do's.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle. I love that, Smitty. That's good. Hey, you got the Beef Road Braised Day. Have a great lunch. They got the 10 by 10 every day. They got a lunch special down there. But you talking about wonderful, outstanding staff. They are great, man. You walk in, they speak to you. They got a smile on their face. The service is incredible. So is the food. You know why? Pat wants it, and Pat gets what he wants. Pat does a great job. Pat Perno. The city commissioner, Lynn Haven, does an unbelievable job there and does a great job at Beef Road Braised. That is a great place. Always giving back to the community. Get out to Beef Road Braised, have a great lunch. Tell them Coach sent you. Ooh. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Is that on?
I didn't do nothing.
Breaking news. If you might want to turn your TV sets on. If you're driving right now, you're not going to be able to, but President Biden has just left the White House. Oh, my God.
For good?
Wow. This is pretty bad.
This is an April Fool's joke.
Yes, April Fool's. Take that, Julie. Yeah. I got a text in chat. We should share this. All right, shall I read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
This shows you how immature certain people can be.
Immature.
Yeah, how immature certain people can be.
The childish. I'm okay, but an ambulance had to come get me because Jared wasn't home at Gulf Coast. So I call. She answers. April Fool's.
Oh, man.
That was wrong.
Got her cruel shoes on.
Julie's been on him today. Yeah, I mean, from the very beginning of this show.
Yeah, that was
she
wrong.
has gotten him, man.
She knows I don't like to be interrupted. I mean,
she's the one person that can interrupt you.
I text back before I knew it was fake.
Attention to anyway.
Said, make sure Jared gets to work on time. Anyway, all right, Auburn update. Let's get it going. Auburn. Let's start out with baseball. SEC. They're 1-8. Overall record 16-11. And don't get too bummed out. The 1-8 record so far. They have played one of the toughest schedules in baseball so far. Andy pointed that out last Tuesday, and we'll have Andy Bertram on tomorrow talking about this. Tuesday. March 26, Auburn 13, Jacksonville State 3, and then who'd they play? They just got through playing
on Powerhouse.
March 28th, they played, which is a Thursday, they played Texas A&M.
Ranked 4th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And their schedule's been tough. They played Texas A&M, and A&M beat them 9-7.
Close game.
Then, Friday, March 29th, Texas A&M 12, Auburn 8. And then on March 30th, which was a Saturday, Texas A&M 10, Auburn 9th. So A&M sweeps them.
But two close games.
But A&M's what you just pointed out.
Yeah, they're ranked 4th.
Yeah. And
they're a really good team.
Let's look in the SEC West real early. And again, this is going to change throughout the year. Arkansas 8-1.
Ranked number 1.
23-3. Auburn's played them. Texas A&M, second in the SEC West, 6-3, 25-3. What they're ranked?
They're ranked 4th.
And Auburn just got through playing them. So their schedule has been brutal. It'll get better. Auburn's going to be in great shape. Alabama is next, 4-5 overall in the SEC, 21-7.
Ranked 16th.
Mississippi State, 4-5, also in the SEC, 19-10.
Ranked 21st.
Then you got Ole Miss Rebels, 3-5, 18-10. They're not ranked, are they?
No, they're not.
Then the LSU defending national champs are like 2-7.
They're ranked 8th in the country.
20-9 overall. Then you got Auburn, last in the SEC West. Doesn't matter. As the year goes on, this is going to change a lot. 1-8, 16-11. Let's go to the top.
Sounds like they're competitive, though. I mean, the way they play Texas A&M.
Play here, play here.
You're competitive.
And the year goes on, you get better and better.
Right.
All right, let's go to the West. I mean, to the East. Kentucky's number 1 right now. It will not. I don't predict.
They're ranked 24th.
I don't predict
reference.
Kentucky will be up there. Kentucky's 7-1, 23-4 overall. Vandy's good. 6-3, 23-6. Vandy.
Yeah, Vandy's ranked 7th.
Yeah. Florida Gators 6-3, 16-11 overall.
They're ranked 6th.
Tennessee
ranked 5th.
5-4, 24-5. South Carolina 5-4, 21-7.
They're ranked 18th.
And Bama just beat them.
You look at this national ranking.
It's all SEC.
And SEC
Our baseball
teams are
baseball's.
Yeah, they're really good. So
just wait. Next year we got Texas and Oklahoma.
ACC's good too. So they're in here as well. But SEC baseball is well represented on the national scene.
Georgia is 4-5 in the SEC.
And Georgia's not ranked, but they've got this phenomenal player. I'm blanking on his name, but everybody's talking about that guy.
Yeah, blanking. He's pretty good. Blanking his name. He's a pretty good player.
I'm just saying, I don't remember his name. I'll look him up. How about that?
Missouri. Now Missouri's not doing that well. They're 1-8 in the SEC. Overall record 10-18. Missouri basketball, Missouri baseball, but at least the football team has gotten a lot better. But we got to get them to pull up. All right, let's go softball, Chad. Did I go over their schedule, Auburn's schedule, who they got coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Let me go that real quick. Tuesday, the day we had Andy Bertram on, tomorrow, 6 o'clock, Auburn, UAB. Then Friday, it doesn't get any easier, Auburn versus Tennessee. First game will be Friday, April 5th, 6 o'clock. Then Saturday, April 6th, 3:30, Auburn, Tennessee. And then they finish it up Sunday, the 7th of April, 1 o'clock, Auburn, Tennessee. Softball. Auburn softball head coach Mickey Dean wins his 700 D1 Division I softball game. What do you think about that? How would you like to win 700 games?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I like to win 7. I mean, that's really good. That's a great accomplishment right there. All right, that's what much time we got?
That player's name for Georgia is Charlie Condon.
All right, let's talk about this. What do you think? The Yale lost to Auburn. They had it going. They win the SEC tournament. They looked good. I thought, like you did, they're going to go deep in the. They could make it real deep. Even Andy thought the same thing. This team.
Yeah, well, they had a bench, right? And so Yale. I remember Pearl talking at the beginning of the game to his team. I mean, the television was there, and he was saying it's our 10 on their 7. All right, so you lose a couple of players, and there's all the controversy of that. But okay, well now it's your 8 on their 7. You still should be. Auburn still should have been a better basketball team than Yale.
Let me ask you this: with basketball, you got to be good at the end of the year. It really doesn't matter if you do well during the season, but it really matters at the end of the year who's hot. But do you really truly get the best team? I mean, Auburn, I bet if they played Yale 10 times, they beat them 9.
Oh, I bet you.
And I'm sure North Carolina say the same against Alabama.
Yeah.
So do you really truly get the best team, or do you get the hottest team?
You get the hottest team. But you know what? That's what drives fans, is it not? And to see, okay.
And that's what your wife said about you. You were hot. You drive her crazy. You're the hottest. So I get it.
Oh, wow. I mean, but think about North Carolina State and Alabama. They're sort of the Cinderella teams, right?
Yeah.
UConn expected to be there. Purdue expected to be there.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 Cinderella teams that aren't normally there.
I thought Tennessee would be there.
I thought Tennessee would be there too, but hey, Purdue's got a good team.
Wildcat, do we get the best teams or just the hottest teams at the end of the year?
Neither.
Well, UConn is probably the best. I mean, they deserve the number one ranking.
I think it was just like the freakiest season.
It's crazy.
You didn't expect.
Well, what do you think? All these transfers, all this transfer and stuff. You can't.
It's the beginning of the end.
It's kind of like college football used to be. You can't lose, right? You need to go undefeated if you really want to be in that national championship game. And this is, I know, but this tournament is sort of like that.
Yeah.
If you're going to be the best, you've got to be able to endure and win all the way.
I got some good stuff on Auburn's football. I'll probably save it to tomorrow or Wednesday, but it's pretty good stuff there. I tell you what, if you're an Auburn fan, some of the things you're hearing out of camp, it's going well. The chemistry of the football team, things like that are something good. And that's very important. Being a football coach, you can have all the talent in the world, but if the locker room's not meshed together, you're not going to win. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Beef O'Brady's. Pat, thank you for the Auburn update. Give us Beef O'Brady's. Have a great time. Don't forget on Wednesday.
Come see us, Pat.
10 wings and a side for $9.99. That's just on Wednesdays. Pat Perno is unbelievable. Also, Turpro Pest Control. You want the yard to look absolutely beautiful? Call Patrick. His team will be out there. They'll get it looking really, really good. They do a great job. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli. Paparazzi pizza is unbelievable. Go get a lunch special, probably about $11 and some change. 2 huge slices of pizza and a drink. All you got to do is buy one more drink, take somebody with you, because the slices of pizza, 2 of their slices is like a whole pizza. It's that good.
Take the one you love with you.
Oh, yes. I'll take Leighton Lorline. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You'll look better, feel better. Jason Kovaleski, make it happen for you. He'll be with us tomorrow. And Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, don't play around with it. Go get checked out. The guy's incredible. You can listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Newbies, love John, love Charlotte. They do an incredible job. All 3 great locations. Newbie 2 on the Curve, watch all sporting events. The Final Four starts Saturday. Get out there at 6 o'clock. Watch it. Have a great time afterwards. Newbies, the mothership, the best bands in the Southeast every weekend day, and they were packed out this past weekend. Get out to Newbies. Have a great, great time. Tell them Coach sent you. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is taking you on the ultimate road trip to see the Orlando Magic. It's the Holland Hearts ESPN Northwest Florida Magic Express. We're taking a busload of ESPN listeners and driving them to see the Orlando Magic play the Chicago Bulls Sunday, April 7th. You'll watch all the action from a presidential suite. For your chance to win, open the ESPN Northwest Florida app and click Enter Contest. Sponsored by Holland Hearts and PCB Hobby.
The road is yours, so let your spring adventures begin and discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Stop by today and check out our 2024 SUV family and take a test drive. See all the new features that elevate any adventure. Now offering 4.75% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX. You'll get that rugged good look with luxury and the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by anytime and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll give you the peace of mind that you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX with $22.94 per month per 1,000 finance and 48 months quality limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 4/30/24.
Gulf Coast Aquarium and Pet has moved to 1366 West 15th Street in the Panama Plaza Shopping Center. They have a full line of reptiles and reptile supplies, including the area's largest supplier of ZooMed products. ZooMed, a family-owned business with over 45 years of U.S.-based manufacturing. ZooMed is #1 in reptile products worldwide and now available at Gulf Coast Aquarium and Pet. Gulf Coast Aquarium and Pets, now at 1366 West 15th Street in the Panama Plaza Shopping Center, where it's more than just a tank.
It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
A lot more excitement is yet to come.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. All right, Chad, let's get into this. The NFL, they're getting rid of the now the NCAA is not ready to outlaw hip drop tackle like the NFL has gotten rid of it. NCAA is not ready to outlaw the hip drop tackle. All right, I want you to talk about what type of injuries can occur when you do this. But the bottom line is, Chad, you got some big dang guy or little guy, a little scatterback guy. You got to get him on the ground. Your job is to tackle the man.
Yeah.
I don't like all these changes. I mean, I know they're trying to make the game safer, but it's a brutal game. It's a physical game. It's a collision game. It's brutal. I mean,
you're going to increase the amount of scoring is what's going to happen by putting all these rules in place.
Well, you tackle them that way, they're getting a 15-yard penalty. Well, I like the NCAA because they're saying, no, we're not going to do that right now.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the things about this.
So the issue is you have a tackler, and they hit the running back, the tight end, the wide receiver, whatever, and to get him down, they grab him around the waist, and then they drop their hips, the defender does, drops his hips down to the ground, and basically spins the guy down. And what happens a lot of times is before the defender actually makes it to the ground, the person being tackled, his leg usually gets up underneath them, and they're having increased numbers of ankle and knee injuries compared to all other tackles. Now, kudos to the NFL for these statistics. You can see that. And I get it. It's a way to examine.
They've done their homework.
They've done their homework. They're studying the game. The question is, what do you do with this information? Do you outlaw this tackle, which is what I'm hearing they're planning to do.
All right.
But they're trying to make the game safer. I'm kind of neutral on this. The game of football is not 100%.
Well, let's ask Wildcat
right?
this. Wildcat,
it's football.
Did you play tackle football?
I did.
Okay. When you ready to tackle somebody, do you think, I can't do the hip? I mean, are you you're just trying to get them down?
You're trying to get them any way possible.
Get them down.
Or not get taken down. I mean, the person that's getting tackled, he has an equal opportunity
to fall down. We get you around the hips, fall down.
Somehow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he gets out of the tackle by straight arming the guy, are they going to make that so you can't straight arm a guy when he's getting ready to tackle you?
Right.
I mean, and then what? And then what? And then what? And then what?
I'm with you. You know what you're getting into when you play. If you're worried about getting hurt, don't play because you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt.
And the safety equipment on top of that.
This you just get them some belts and put some flags on it.
Oh, yeah.
We can do it on kickoff too.
Shame on you, Doc.
I'm not proposing that. I like the game of football the way it is.
Listen,
but I don't like the injuries. I will tell you. I mean, who wants to have these injuries? I wish there was a way to play the game and it be as physical as it is, and you not have any injuries.
But they are the American gladiators.
They are.
Have you guys studied your history?
And they're getting paid millions.
Back and studied history. The Romans ruined it. The gladiators. They got where they, you couldn't stab them, but in the front. Then you couldn't stab them in certain areas, and then people quit going, and it ended it. Go back and look it up.
Oh, so you're proposing we bring that back? This is an April Fool's Day show.
Anyway, it's tackle football. I can't. I'm glad the NCAA is not okay this yet. Now, the kickoff, I'm going to go over the kickoff week one more time. If you're out there, what we're talking about. Everybody but the kicker, but the kicker will be on the other side of the 50. The receiving team, everybody's going to be down there on that side of the field. The kicker will be on the 35-yard line by himself. He kicks off, okay? Blow a whistle. He kicks. The ball is finally, when it comes in play, is when the guy catches it or it hits the ground.
Yeah.
That's when you can start. The cover team now will be on the receiving team's 40-yard line. The return personnel.
So you're talking about 10 miles or 10 yards away from 10, 15 yards away from the receifer. Will be the defensive line.
Let me explain it, then come back with a question.
I'm trying to follow you here, but you're confusing me.
Can you let me finish?
Okay.
Can I finish?
Okay. Well, it is.
Then you put the receiving guys at the 35. You want 7 of them there. 2 can be back a little bit further, okay? Then you've got 2 guys deep on the outside of each hash, Okay, there's a receiving team. So you're 5 yards apart from the guy you're supposed to block. They can make a little juke. Maybe it's easier. It's easier to block them close together.
How do you do an onside kick in that situation?
Yeah. That's a great point. I didn't even think about that.
You had to open up
that's a great. I don't know. Do they move the ball to the 40 and then you do an onside kick? I don't know. That's a great question.
Well, I mean, you think about all the great plays that have been made on onside and onside kicks.
A great job.
And onside kicks are not the problem. They're only 10 yards away. Right?
Yeah.
Onside kicks are not a problem.
No, you're like, I'm dead serious. I wonder if they covered that. I mean, they're going to put it on that 40 of the opponents?
I don't know.
But
the other thought is, why don't you just have an onside kick every kick?
No. I don't want them to take away the history of the game. Kickoff returns are one of the greatest things to see.
It is. It is one of the absolute greatest things to see.
It's 1/3 of the game. The kicking game is 1/3 of it.
Yeah. Well, and it's called football.
Yeah.
If Coach had it his way, they'd still be wearing leather helmets.
No, I didn't.
And missing several teeth.
That was Glenn that did that. Not me. That was Glenn. All right. All right. Let's talk about a couple. How much time we got? We got time.
We got plenty of time.
All right. Let's talk about some. Can a college football team be outstanding basketball team? Absolutely. Look at the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Oh, God.
Look at the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Circle back to that.
We've got a great football program, tradition. And now, look at our basketball team. It's unbelievable. Who else can say they've done what Alabama football and basketball has done? The Florida Gators.
Gators, I was about
They've
to
won
say.
national championships.
Back-to-back like
in
that.
football and basketball.
Yeah.
So it can be done. You got to have a lot of money to put into both programs, but it can be done. It doesn't happen every day, but it's happened this year. You were talking about NC State. If I can find NC State, great. I lost it. Thank you, Chad. I had exactly where I wanted it, and you screwed the whole damn
I get blamed for everything, John.
Anyway, I can't find it.
So glad you're here.
Go look. NC, they lost a lot of games at the end of the year. They had a losing record in the ACC. They get hot at the end of the year, and then the Final Four.
Well, that's what you were talking about earlier. They're a hot team.
They're hot.
Yeah.
They're hot. But anyway, recruiting, I did want to get this in today because I had read it. Then I heard that Texas A&M said, not so fast, my friend. The number one running back in the great state of Mississippi commits the Ole Miss Rebels. 4-star, last name is Deer.
Does he run like a deer?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He can play. Big, pretty good sized kid, 6 foot, maybe 6'1", 200 pounds from Quinton, Mississippi. They've turned out a lot of good football players from Quinton, Mississippi. He picked Ole Miss over Auburn, Alabama, Mississippi State, Florida, and Texas A&M. In 26, he had 2,016 yards, 27 touchdowns in 2023. A&M did not give up. They're pushing hard to get him to come and visit, and I believe the kid is going to visit Texas A&M, even though he just committed to Ole Miss. How would you feel if you're Lane? You just got a running back you've been wanted big time. He commits. You're happy. You're all excited. Then you see somewhere where, wait, he's going to take a visit to Texas A&M. Nick would tell him, if you visit and you're still looking, so are we. So we'll see. Now, A&M, if they got the big NIL deal and they can give this kid a lot more money, what do you think this young man does?
He's going to get his Ferrari and his $400,000.
He's going to go.
just like Texas.
A little kid from Quitman, Mississippi, a little guy from, not a little guy, a good-looking guy from Quinton, Mississippi. He gets offered big-time money from Texas A&M. He's going to turn that down and go to Oxford, Mississippi, where you got a pretty good deal there.
In fact, you got half the conversation there. They're going to be telling him, you're a good-looking guy. You would look good in this Ferrari. And plus, that you don't have $400,000 cash in your pocket.
Colors just
we'll paint it whatever color you want to paint.
What's this young man going to do? Is he going to go, I'm going to go to my home school that I committed to, but no, the deal they offered me at Texas A&M, this much more money, I can't turn it down. What's the kid do now? I'm serious. What does the kid do now? If the parents get involved, it's kind of the background. If they've been struggling their whole life, and A&M's going to offer a guy a lot more money,
for the parents to get involved and say, "Hey, I want you to go to my alma mater because I went there," and so on and so forth.
Is that illegal?
No, that's not illegal.
No. But what I'm getting at, the parents are going to go, son, I would say go where you want to go, but other parents that have never had anything are struggling, and they're going to turn down a huge amount of money to go to A&M. They're not going to turn it down. They're going.
I mean, what if Jared back in the day had
go where you want?
if he had an opportunity to go get a Ferrari and $400,000 from Texas A&M, what would you have told him?
I said, go where you want to go play. Like I did tell him. I said, go where you want to go. I said, I would point out everything.
April Fool's stock.
No, I'd point out everything to him. Look, here's the amount of money they're paying you. Here's what Ole Miss is offering you. There's a lot more at A&M. Is that what's important to you? The money? Because you're talking some good chunk of change here. Or you've always loved Ole Miss. You want to go there and play. That's what your heart wants. Do what you want, but look at both options. And he got to make his own choice.
Yeah.
It's like the players we've had in the past. They ask me questions. I always point out the positives and negatives. Then you got to make your own choice. And we don't know. I mean, people think differently. Some people out there, they want nothing but the money. They might not
Isaiah Bond,
and they could get hurt at one play and never play again.
Yep.
And they made all that money.
Isaiah Bond got the Lamborghini in the $400,000.
Yep.
From Texas.
It's just
it's hard to push a clutch in if you got a broken leg.
John.
The top two offensive linemen for the 2020, I'm sorry, let me start all over. The top two offensive linemen for 2025 class, NFL draft class, they say, and I kind of agree with them, they are good players. LSU's offensive tackle, Will Campbell, is a stud, a really good football player. They got him ranked really high. And the other one's Booker at Alabama.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. He should be a lot better right now. So the NFL scouts, they got the size, they got the bodies, they play in a tough league. They think these are the two best coming out this year. And they're both in the SEC. Our divisions are gone. I would brag they're both in the West, but that's over and done with. LSU's going to be good next year. If they play defense, LSU's going to be really good. Alabama should be really good this year. Year two, I don't know. But anyway, we got to take a break. Let's take a break. Chad, what would you tell your son? Would you say, son, take the money and run? Or if you love Ole Miss that much, just go to Ole Miss. Get your education.
Well, I guess it would depend on the circumstances, but I'm always big on the academic side, so that would play a huge part as well.
Yeah.
You got to have something to fall back on when the money runs out.
Well, you look at your profession, academics have been always important to you, so you understand that. Wildcat, on the other hand, is totally different. It would be the money. It would be the...
Give me the money. Show me the money.
Great state of Kentucky. Anyway.
They gamble up there.
Yeah. Wildcat. No, I can tell you. Wildcats...
They bet on horses.
He's smart, buddy.
Yeah, there you go.
You amaze me every day how brilliant you are. You really are. You really are. No, I'm being honest. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. You want to have a great lunch today? Go check it out. Every Thursday at karaoke going down there. Really popular day to go down there. And you can watch all the games on their TVs they got throughout the restaurant. Great atmosphere, outstanding food, the best Mexican restaurant right across the street from the Navy Base. Go check it out. We think you'll absolutely love it. Dr. Chad Mitchell, anybody get type of injury, go see Chad Mitchell. Guy's a legend. 25 years on Bay County sidelines. No one's ever done that. I hope the school board members are listening. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. You want some great breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The barbecue's unbelievable. Go check it out. They got the Lord Layton room in the back for a big party. The best Texas barbecue anywhere. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. Man, I gotta go. Let's go. 104.3 ESPN. Yeah! There you go.
I don't care about your past.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Tournament plays here.
That one is good. Gorky did it again.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
Up and under, got it. What a play.
Listen to the madness.
March Madness continues.
Exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Grambling State Tigers storm back to win.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, partly cloudy and a high of 74 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the south. Mostly clouds tonight, a gentle breeze and quite warm near 68. Mostly cloudy and 78 tomorrow. 74 and some clouds and moderate rain with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, sunshine and a temperature slightly colder at 67. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Sports fans, we love our teams, but let's talk real estate for a moment. Meet Berg Title, your trusted local real estate title and escrow company. Based in downtown Panama City, Berg Title knows the community inside out. They handle everything from title searches to escrow services with expertise. Honest, reliable, and here to make your real estate journey smooth. Remember, it's Berg Title. Call them at 850-250-2900. That's Berg Title, your partner for a worry-free real estate experience in Panama City and Panama City Beach.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all.
These men need inspiration.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
They're motivated by Vicodin and road skank.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida with Dr. Chad Mitchell. Chad, any type of injury, what's the best way to get up with you? You don't have to be a great athlete to go see you. You'll see anybody, but what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com. Or if you're interested in joint replacements, look up robotmd.com.
All right, you're a father. Wildcat's a father. I'm a father.
I'm a grandfather.
I'm a grandfather.
I'm a grandfather.
We're all grandfathers.
Got some old folks in here.
We got some old people in here. It's April 1st. All right. Would you guys have done this, or would you make these comments? Deion Sanders, head football coach, Colorado, he said,
here it goes.
Some of y'all think I'll be playing. This is exactly what he said. Some of y'all think I'll be playing. As far as his son's concerned, stepping on the field in the NFL. He's a top 20 player. Y'all going to see what that boy can do in the NFL. So he's already kind of, and there was another dad. There were a couple dads through the history of this have done this. Elway's dad and him didn't want him to go play for a certain team. The Mannings did not want him to go play for a certain team. And now you got Deion that want his son playing for certain NFL teams.
Is the Cowboys one of them?
I don't know. Atlanta, I don't know. That's a good question. But I get where he's coming from. But if he's talking about a number of NFL teams, he's going to have a hard time not making that happen. And I don't know how good a baseball player is. So that most of these other guys that could have a little pool about where they're going to play could play baseball. Bo Jackson,
sure.
Elway, Manning was just football only. So yeah. I guess they don't. How would that work if you get drafted? You just don't sign a contract. I'm not going to play there. So for 1 year, you sit out in the NFL for 1 year.
Wasn't Ricky Williams like that? That's when I remember that all that became a big deal.
A non-exclusivity contract that they can sign that says, I will do this, but I want my options open to do this.
You get drafted. It's like you get drafted by the government. You're drafted.
Yeah, I mean you're theirs whether you show up or not. For
at least 1 year.
Yeah. I mean, or they can trade if they feel like, well, gosh, we're not getting our money's worth out of this, then I guess they could trade you. But
all right, so now we got to change the draft. We've changed everything else in football. It's time to change the draft.
Is it even going to look like the football of the 80s or 70s?
They should be able to go where they want to go, play where they want to play, no drafts, go try out any team you want.
Just everybody do a walk. Everybody do a walk on.
Yeah. And go where you don't start there. Go to the Patriots. Try there. No, what do you think Deion's going to do, though? Is he going to reach out to certain NFL teams and say, look, our scouts say, look, don't draft him. These are the lists we'll consider going to?
He probably will. I mean, just knowing Deion, he probably will do that. He probably is talking to coaches behind the scenes.
He really knows what's going on up there.
I mean, but now, when are we talking about this happening? This is like next year, right?
After football season.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's already pumping him up. I mean, what if he gets an injury? What if something happens to him?
Absolutely.
All of this doesn't matter.
He's not going to get hurt because you're not allowed to tackle.
You can't hip tackle. Yeah.
And you can't horse collar. And you can't bump heads.
Well, isn't that how, that hip tackle thing.
You can't play on rainy
Isn't that
days.
how Tua, that's how, if I remember right, that's how Tua got his acetabular fracture.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was spinning and got wrapped up, leg caught.
The bottom line, man, you got to get the guys down.
Yeah.
That one's going to be hard to enforce, I think. There'll be some upset defensive people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're going to have higher scoring games because of it, because running backs or receivers are going to get extra yardage, and it's going to make a difference in the game. So you better have some really good, sure tacklers that hit you head on.
They're going to add a few more line judges and field judges out there and referees.
I guess it's going to be hard not to make it. I mean, and what happens if it just naturally happens? You're not trying to do it, but it's the way the running back spins, and you've got him around the waist.
If you're an NFL owner,
accidental face mask, and then it's going to be the same. Oops.
If you're an NFL owner and your head coach and your director, scout, they all want Sanders' boy. We want him. But they're going to go, wait a minute, Deion doesn't want to come here. We're wasting our draft pick. Or do you go, the hell with it? We're going to draft him. He'll just sit out a year. He's going to come play for us. Or we can trade him away.
Or you know what could happen? He could get drafted in the 4th round. Meaning they all pass on him.
Yeah, but
I mean that's another thing that could happen.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
but what I'm saying, if you're the owner and you really want him, what are you going to do? And Deion calls you, goes, Chad,
you're going to offer him more money?
Don't draft him because I'm not going to take him.
That speaks to Deion. Money. You just offer him more money.
I don't know. I tell you what, they're not hurting right now.
Listen, if I were an NFL owner and I'm having losing seasons and I get the 1st round draft pick and that's who I'm choosing, then okay, I'm gonna find a way to have as much money as I can to get what I need to get.
Draft him, let his son just for the television draw that he's going to have for whatever team he plays for. Draft him for that reason alone.
Exactly. Well, that's part of the whole business model, right?
But if he's not going to play on your team, you wasted that draft.
They don't care. Deion will be on the sidelines.
No, he won't. They won't even be there. He's not going to go. Smitty, I don't want Deion. That's my boy. Either. I don't want him playing for you, Smitty. I don't want you to draft him. So what do you tell Deion? Too bad?
Too bad.
Okay, we're not going to play him. We're going to sit out a year.
Too bad. As long as he's a member of my football team, CBS will cover all my games.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first. Smitty goes, too bad. I agree. Okay. All right.
Too bad.
All right, Chad. How much? We got enough time? How much time?
1.5 minutes.
Oh, no, we got enough time. Dang it. I'll do this tomorrow. All right, Chad.
Keep saying that. Keep saying tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Maybe you should play that song.
I won't be here.
No, thank you.
My throat's starting to hurt a little bit. Something else is bothering me now.
He's not going to show up.
He's squirming.
He's not going to show up for his show.
He's wiggling on that chair.
It's time to retire. It really is. What's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
All right, now we won't see you until after the Saturday games. Now, Monday, we'll be able to pick who you're going to pick for the national championship. But going and looking at Alabama, UConn, who do you like?
UConn just looks unbeatable. And, if they're able to maintain that, that's who I think is going to take it all.
And then you got the other one. Who is it?
It's probably, like you said earlier, it's probably Purdue. I'm an Alabama fan. Am I going to be rooting for Alabama? You bet you. I hope they can pull it out and they can do it. But right now, just with what I see, I think UConn's tough to beat.
Could you imagine if NC State pulls the upset and Alabama pulls the upset?
Yeah,
would that be crazy?
That would be crazy.
The way this year's going,
and it'd be fun to watch. Yeah. But that's why they have the March Madness.
But I'm with you. I think it's going to be Purdue, and UConn. I do. I think it's going to be
I think that's who most people are predicting. Yeah.
All right, we'll be here tomorrow. Ramo's got a show coming up. Undogs with David. We're out. 104.3 ESPN. Dr. Chad Mitchell.
Atlanta Braves baseball is back.
Swing and a drive. That's hammered deep right. He jumped on one and hits a homer.
We're your exclusive radio home for the Atlanta Braves.